Greetings, Director. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your appointment. Ms. Orion and I are excited to see how you'll rise to the occasion. We're establishing our first... Glistening before you, and silhouetted against the green marble of Earth, is Galacticare's newest high-orbit station, and your first hospital. I'm Heel, the AP assigned to all of Galacticare's extrasolar operations. Think of me as your personal assistant, for it is my duty to assist you in all things healthcare, as we strike out amongst the stars. Soon, patients from all throughout the solar system will darken our halls, bringing with them all sorts of awful maladies and excretions. Medibots on standby, Director. Before then, Ms. Orion wishes to fire the starting gun personally. I'm sure we'll be receiving a call from her any moment now. Yeah, and there she is. The prompt at the bottom right of your user interface will answer her call. There's no rush. Contacts will wait for you to answer. No rush whatsoever, Director. Answer Cora's call in the bottom right of your interface when you please. Hello again! I am calling you, as indicated by the icon on the bottom right of your screen, and would like you to answer that call to prove that you're still alive.
Bonjour, guten Tag, Moshi Director, and welcome to Galacticare. It's time to bring this dream of ours to life. I can't wait to see this hospital up and running. Personally, I'm not one for all this nitty-gritty management stuff. I'd much rather be in the lab. So that's why you're here. Remember, if you ever feel lost, you can review your objectives in the top right corner of your interface. Take it away, Heel.
Thank you, Mom. Director, let's start with a particularly fun section. Calibrating sensors and perspective. Yes, we'll be panning, rotating, and even zooming your camera. Both in and out, mind you. Thrilling stuff. Your objectives should be displayed now. If they're not, then everything is broken, and it may be simpler for you to resign. Look at us go, spinning around like a gyro. I feel vaguely ill. Now there was some... Oh yes, there's the hospital. Patients. To do healthcare, we will require both a reception... Let's first place a reception desk so that we can process patients as they arrive. I've highlighted the menu in which you will find said desk. Wonderfully placed. Now all we need is a diagnosis.
The diagnosis room is our patient's first step on the road to recovery. It's where we evaluate what's gone wrong with their meaty bodies. Also, tiny spinny drones come out of it, which is very cool and entirely necessary.
Let's get that diagnosis room up and running. If you're ever unsure what to do, select any of your objectives and I'll help to point you in the right direction. With the room selected, you can now begin to place the blueprint. Choose a starting point, shape it to your desired footprint, and click Build to confirm. Wonderful. However, an empty room will not by itself facilitate the healthcare. We must first place a door and then the room's required objects. In the case of diagnosis, we need a desk and a display. Your construction display, yeah, that's the diagnosis room, ready? Now we'll need a treatment room. Ms. Orion will be in touch with the juicy details.
Skin! Everyone has it. Unless they have an exoskeleton, or nothing at all. The Skin Lab uses proprietary chemicals to coat our patients in a gentle foam, which strips off their outsides and rebuilds them from scratch. It's relatively painless. I use the Skin Lab instead of a shower sometimes.
Excellent. We have our first rooms. More to come, I'm sure. However, I think there's still something missing. As we're a healthcare organization, we will need some doctors. Pop open the recruitment menu on the left-hand bar and review your various candidates. And there they are, Director. You can see their name, species, and traits that are unique to them. We currently have Ode and human candidates, and are restricted to them for reasons which I can assure you are culturally sensitive. I'm certain you'll come to find the unique traits of the galaxy's different sapiens particularly helpful for your work. Choose a candidate when you're ready. You can place that newly hired doctor wherever you like, even directly in a room, which will assign it as their primary task. Excellent work. Your new staff will set about their tasks in your rooms, aiding our soon-to-be patients. Doctors gain experience as they work, and more experienced doctors are, as you'd imagine, better at things. Due to capitalism, staff require payment on a regular basis, so do be sure not to overhire and inflate your expenses. An excellent set of rooms and doctors, Director, that will surely excel at treating patients. You should be... Speaking of which, your legally mandated commendation, known in human society as payment, is yours to claim. We are ready to open the hospital. Ready to begin? And away we go. Time to treat some of these poor patients are arriving now, Director. They shall scuttle about our hospital and deposit their various detritus within its once sterile halls.
The Ode are a curious bunch. Although they're all clones, they revere old age, competing with each other to see who can live in any one body the longest. Once they retired from their dreams of it began with crop circle. Humans, we love them. They are us, sometimes. Not always, though. Humans are a lot of things, and one of those things is that they're social beings. They'll improve our influence whenever they complete treatments. Also, they've accidentally engineered a dystopia where corporations have become kingdoms. So that's great. Sorry. That's a conversation for another time, I guess.
It appears we've received a patient with a shattered arm. Let's inspect them and see if we can't mend their appendage. Behold the patient panel. I've highlighted the condition. This fellow's condition.
The boning chamber. A retrofitted mining machine, which chomps fresh, minty new skeletons directly into our patients. An assistant engineer fitted the schematic with internal cameras for personal reasons. That'll teach me to poach staff from Salazar. Anyway, that's all fixed, and it's mostly safe. Mostly.
Ah, the boning chamber. A fine room indeed. I do rather admire the machine in there. Rather charming, actually. I think I'll call him Harold. I haven't the foggiest idea why. You may find yourself running short on space in our... Well, now that we've got a few... Let's inspect one of our...
I'm old.
Through this panel, we can see the various... This is their move. You can see the various physical needs like...
This one's pretty straightforward. It's a staff lounge. Staff will go in there and lounge. There's a fire pit and everything. We considered a mindfulness cube, but people found the idea nightmarish. So they get this instead. I don't get it. I love the cube. I'll go in there sometimes just to scream at the walls. Great de-stressor.
We'll need to build a staff lounge, lest our employees descend into absolute madness. We should also ensure we provide both staff and patients with places to sit, something to eat, and toilets in which they may relieve themselves. The required facilities have been installed, and the number of organics who've relieved themselves... Bruv. Director, it's time to meet your marginally useful maintenance crew. This is a Medibot. They've been purchased at low cost and reprogrammed to maintain our equipment and clean up various forms of vomit. The robot is waving. Medi, are you waving? Are you waving your awful little hands? It appears that Medi wishes to speak to you. Not to worry, I doubt it has much to say.
Hello, new director. It's me, Medi. Heel says I'm a toaster, and that I might actually be useful if I was dropped in someone's bathtub.
Yes, that comment is slightly out of context, Director, but you may rest assured that Medi has no clue what's going on.
Well, I guess so. Also, Heel keeps saying I'm a fake boy, and being programmed to imitate humanity is a disgrace. He's my best friend.
Medi, you don't have any friends because you're not real.
Of course I do. 'Cause you're my friend. And so is this giant creature who's about to eat the station.
Bugger me! What in the world is going on? Hello there!
I think it's okay, Heel. It's just a
First of all, Medi, Director, the alien is somehow hailing us.
Electronic and you get it. Baz is all. I developed.
Director, this is an opportunity we can't pass up. Colossals are notorious. Let's help him out.
Launch the shuttle when ready.
And away she goes.
Ooh, that feels nice.
Told ya. The shuttle is back with the sample we just took. It'll now be unloaded from the shuttle in an adorable canister. AI-driven medical devices, which behave much like patients do, just with less, brains. We'll need to send it to diagnosis to figure out our next steps. Remember, you can always select the relevant task in the objective window for more information.
Director, we'll want that canister to make... Hit the priority button here to make sure the canister is seen to as quickly. Prioritizing a patient or...
Baz's skin is despite. Now it's time for those canisters to go.
Director, Heel? Some mean-looking mollusks just entered the hospital.
Yes, medic. Director.
Our canisters are
The shuttle can launch on your command.
She's away! Keep an eye on the display, Director. We'll see the fruits of our labors any moment now.
Oh, that medicine of yours really hits the spot. Glad to be rid of that itch. It felt like there was something different. Before I go, I have some... Well, I'm off.
Well,
Should you ever have need... Our goal is to provide the best possible healthcare service, and we're constantly open. Welcome to the hospital rating. On this, feel free to... Director, Ms. Orion...
the training room is an environment in which our staff can gain experience with safe, gentle, ethical brainwashing with the memories of experts in their field. It can be a bit much for their neuroplasticity to fully absorb, as well as pass out which families actually belong to them. Nothing too serious, though.
People can be trained with other people's memories? Can I go?
No. Director, let's get a training room built so we can help our staff become their... a fine... Now, let's teleport a doctor in.
Director? Heal? There's a...
That's a solar. Director, these critters are entirely harmless, and will deposit a large number of credits into our account when you catch them. That's why they can open accounts of their own.
Hello again, Galacticare. I'll exchange any item for some credits. And just for you, there's always a freebie. Right now, purchase...
The hollow dock emitter... Docks are driven by advanced predictive AI. These qualities... one of our doctors has leveled... Level 1 doctors will start out as trainees, and upon reaching level 2, you're able to assign them an expertise. It's a fine choice. Try to assign experts to the relevant rooms. It'll help keep your patients alive and your workforce content. Here, you can see the options for this doctor's expertise, which are based on the rooms they've worked in while in your hospital. Choose one to continue. Director, something we haven't yet covered is Medibot modes.
Hey, that's me!
Yes, it is, Medi. Well done. Director, select a Medibot to continue. Here we can see the configuration of this Medibot. Adjusting this will focus them on specific tasks. You can also use this window to change the appearance of your Medibots, in the event that you share that particular fascination with our previous director. And with that, we've completed our orientation protocol. Excellent work. We're receiving a call from
This is Dorian Sal.
Mr.
Roll my word. After they hear that,
Of course.
that will be.
Where? Director, the emergency patients from Salazon are now arriving, and they're in a wretched state. We'll be lucky if most of them don't drop dead in the corridor. Let's save as many as we can. Be sure to prioritize them so they're seen to as quickly as possible. And I think now's the time to use that stabilizing solution we received from Baz.
Sick as a dog. Useless apes. Sick as a dog.
Rest in peace to that plucky fellow. This is Dorian Salazar expressing... That's 3 insurance payouts now, which is more than the amount of testicles I have. A very reliable metric for when things aren't going too well.